Hello there, my dear fellow pilgrims. The peace of the Lord fill your hearts today and always. It is quite easy to think of this life as a pilgrimage towards heaven because heaven is our common destination. We are all headed for heaven. And yet this walk through life can sometimes be quite daunting even without the threat of a pandemic or living in a pandemic as we are right now. This is especially true when we feel that we are alone on the road. Let me share you a personal experience I had. I was on my way to the confirmation retreat in the middle of February, Camp Luissimo. It was a dark Friday night, but I know the way to Luissimo, so I just went. All of a sudden, a snowstorm gave us whiteout conditions. The snow was flying sideways and everything was white. The road, the trees, the bushes, the fields. There was no information. It was very confusing. And sure enough, I got lost. You couldn't even read the signs on the road because they were covered with snow. So I drove around and around until I remembered this was way back before the GPS on our phones. Phones were good for telling you what time it was and to make a phone call, but that's about it. I remember that I had an early model GPS in the glove box. I pulled it out, turned it on, let it charge for a little while, and put in West 5421 Aspen Road, Wild Rose, Wisconsin. And in a few seconds, a friendly voice said, "In 0.5 miles, turn right." I was safe. I was no longer alone. I was in the company of somebody, electronic or who cares, who knew the road. From a worldly point of view, we are almost in whiteout condition. There is so much confusion out there. There is so much misinformation, misleading trails. No wonder we feel confused. And this can be quite frightening, especially if we think that we are alone, but we are not. We Christians always have the light from the Father that shines down on us. The Father leads us by the hand to our heavenly destination through this life. Listen to some of the things that the Father had the apostles and prophets write for us. Peter wrote, "Live your lives as strangers here in reverent fear." In other words, don't get too attached to this here and now. Trust God for the long run. And then, "So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous hand." And then, my confirmation verse, listen to it. "Fear not, for I have redeemed you. I have summoned you by name. You are mine." These are words from our Father that comfort us. They dispel all fear and they give us strength. And they give us a nice, beautiful, happy lookout for the day. So we pick up a phone and call a friend and say, "Can I do anything for you?" Or we share a beautiful story, or we share a Bible verse, or a hymn, which is what I'm about to do with you right now. Listen to this. "Guide me, O thou great Redeemer, pilgrim through this barren land. I am weak, but thou art mighty. Hold me with thy powerful hand. Bread of heaven, feed me till I want no more. Feed me till I want no more." And I would say until I need no more food in this world, but then I can live in heaven forever with all the company of heaven. angels and archangels, all that beautiful group of the redeemed of Christ the crucified. So let's live in his peace. So long, everyone.